Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 12 on a operational amplifier. In the last lecture we have discussed the inverting amplifier and some of the numerical for the calculation of the gain, voltage, current for inverting amplifier. Today we will discuss non-inverting amplifier. Non-inverting amplifier. In a non-inverting amplifier, there is a zero phase shift between input and output signal. I am showing you the circuit diagram of a non-inverting amplifier. In this circuit, we are giving the voltage, input voltage to the non-inverting terminal. You can see, yes, this is your non-inverting terminal. I am giving the voltage to the non-inverting terminal, and here you are taking the output voltage with respect to ground. There is a zero phase shift between input and output. This is your input signal, this is your, you can say, input, and this is your input signals. Here you are getting output signal. So there is a zero phase shift between input and output signals for non-inverting amplifier. This is the direction of the current I am showing you. This is your A. Now, due to infinite input resistance, the input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. Input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. The voltage drop between the two input terminal tends to 0 due to open loop gain of the op-amp. Due to open loop gain of the op-amp, the voltage drop between two input terminal of the op-amp tends to 0, means Vd tends to 0. See, this is a potential at B. I can show this thing another way. Open loop gain is given by VO by VD. VD is equal to VO upon AOL, as AOL tends to infinite, your VD tends to 0. Listen, due to infinite input impedance, the input terminal of the op-amp does not draw any current. Voltage drop due to infinite input impedance, this does not draw any current. Due to infinite open loop gain of the op-amp, voltage drop between two input terminal of the op-amp, that is Vd, tends to 0. I can show by this way. Open loop gain is given by VO by Vd. So Vd is equal to VO upon open loop gain. As open loop gain, you know, it is very large, so Vd tends to 0. So I can write, so what is the Vd? Vd is nothing but let me say this potential is V1. So VA minus VB. So VA is V1, VB is nothing but the VI. The potential at this point is VI. Potential at this point with respect to ground is V1 I have written. So I can say as Vd tends to 0, I can say as Vd tends to 0, V1 minus Vi is 0. So this is possible only when V1 is equal to Vi. So this voltage is called Vi voltage. Listen, this potential is this potential. The potential at point A is the potential at B point, or this has a same potential Vi, because Vd tends to 0, because Vd tends to 0. Now, if this terminal does not behave as a virtual ground, so remember, in a non-inverting amplifier, the summing point A does not behave as a virtual ground. So in a non-inverting amplifier, virtual ground does not exist. Virtual ground does not exist. In a inverting amplifier, virtual ground does exist. In an inverting amplifier, virtual ground does exist. In a non-inverting amplifier, virtual ground does not exist. Yes, this potential is similar to this potential, is same as this potential, but this is not a ground. This is not a ground. So I think you understand the discussion of this circuit. Now, let us derive the equations of the gain of the circuit. See, I am showing you this section from here to this section. Look here, from here to this section I am showing you. So, look here. This is your RF feedback resistor RF. This is the input resistance R1. Across this your return voltage is V1. This is your ground. This is your VO. From here to here I am showing you. At this point voltage is VO, that I am showing you. Look here. This point voltage is VO. So VO I am showing with respect to ground. At this point voltage is V1, that I am showing voltage at V1 at this point. A point. Now, so already know the potential divider equation. So from this I can write V1 is equal to applied voltage into this resistance upon Rf plus R1. Voltage across R1 is nothing but the V1. V1 is total voltage into this resistance, means voltage across which you are writing. When I am writing the V1 voltage across this R1, so I have to multiply this VO into R1 upon Rf plus R1. So VO by V1 is nothing but the Rf plus R1 by R1. This is your called closed loop gain, because V1 is nothing but the Vi. So I can write it is VO upon Vi. So I can write 1 plus Rf by R1. So the equation of the closed loop gain for a non-inverting amplifier is given by 1 plus Rf by R1. See, by selecting the proper value of the Rf and R1, we can adjust the gain of this circuit is 1, unity gain. By selecting the proper value of Rf and R1, we can adjust the gain of the circuit is 1, and this circuit provides a very high input impedance and very low output impedance. Now I am discussing, this is the discussion when it is ideal, when the op-amp is ideal. Now if the op-amp is not ideal, then we have to derive the equation of the closed loop gain by considering equivalent circuit. So I am discussing the practical non-inverting amplifier. See, I am showing you the equivalent circuit of a non-inverting amplifier. See, this is the non-inverting amplifier. These are your feedback resistors. Alright. This is your Vi with respect to ground. See, this is your inverting amplifier. This is your non-inverting amplifier circuit. Now its equivalent circuit I am showing you. See, this is your resistor R1. I am showing you resistor R1. This is your ground. I am showing you ground here. This is the the input resistance of the op amp. Let me say Ri. And here you are giving the voltage Vi. You can see in the circuit parallel to that's why I am showing you. See, this R1 I have shown here. This between these two is Ri. Between these two is Ri. This is your Vi. Actually I should write Vi here. This is your Vi. This feedback I am showing you. Look here. This is the feedback resistor RF. Let me say this point is A. We have written this point is A, and we have written this your Vd. Okay. Now here I am showing you the output sections. This is output section. We have shown this resistor arrow output resistance, and this is a voltage source open loop multiplied by Vd, and here is your we have written ground, and here I have shown this output voltage. You can see this output voltage, it is a ground. So this is the equivalent circuit of a non-inverting amplifier. See, this R1 I am showing you. Between this Ri, the voltage drop is Vd. This is your Vd. So look here, this Vd is shown here. Between this it is Ri, this RF. From this point, input section already you have seen in the first lecture of the op amp. This output is an arrow and is a voltage source, and remaining as it is, this is a Vi I am showing you. Now let me say this current is If. This is your I1. So I can write If is nothing but this is your say voltage is Vo. This voltage is nothing but the Vi minus Vd. Okay. So Vo minus Vi minus Vd upon resistor R1. So I can write Vo minus Vi plus Vd into Yf 1 upon R. 1 upon R is called admittance. So this is your admittance Yf I am writing you. This is I1 is nothing but the Vi minus Vd upon R1. Potential at this point with respect to ground upon the R1 is called your current. So I can write this is nothing but I can write Vi minus Vd. 1 upon R1 is called admittance Y1, and this current here current is I current. This II is current is nothing but the Vd upon Ri. So I can write Vd into Yi. So we know this equation. If plus II is equal to I1. So I can, using this equation, I can write Vo minus Vi plus Vd into If plus Vd by I is equal to Vi minus Vd into Y1. So I can write Vi minus Vd into Y1 minus Vd by I plus Vi minus Vd minus Vo into If is equal to 0. I have taken this two term on this side. I have taken this two term on this side. By this minus y1 plus yi plus yf into Vd plus Vi into y1 plus yf is equal to Vo into yf. You can check. This is equation 1. Now I am using the output section now. For output section, look here, this current. From this I am writing. From this I am writing. From this. See, for output section I can write this current. This current. Let me say IO. So this IO is nothing but the AOL VD minus VO upon R. See, for output section I can write. For output section I can write AOL VD minus VO upon RO. So I can write AOL VD minus VO 1 upon RO is YO, and this current, the current going in this direction, IO is equal to IF. I can say IO is equal to IF. So I can write here, look here, AOL VD minus VO into YO is equal to, what is IF? VO minus VI plus VD into, I can write YF. So I can write AOL VD minus VO into YO plus, this is Vi minus Vd minus Vo into Yf is equal to 0. I think you understand. This current I am writing, this voltage minus this voltage upon RO. This voltage provided by the op-amp internal circuit minus this voltage upon RO, that is IF. And this current is nothing but the IF current. This current is nothing but the IF. What is IF? Already I have written. This potential minus this potential upon Rf. What is IF? This potential minus this potential upon Rf. This is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. If you solve the equation 1 and 2, if you solve the equation by solving equation 1 and 2, to find Vo upon Vi is equal to closed loop gain, this equation can be obtained. ACL is equal to AOL YO into bracket Y1 plus YF, it is plus YF by YI upon, you can write this is your AOL plus 1 into this is your YO up into YF plus Y1 plus YI into YF plus YI. If AOL tends to infinite, then above equation can be written as AOL YO into Y1 plus YF upon AOL YO YF. So I can write, but this is infinite, so this will be neglected, so I have neglected this too. So I can write in this way. So this is cancelled. So I can write Y1 plus YF upon YF. So I can write ACL is equal to 1 plus Y1 upon YF. Y1 is 1 upon R1 and YF is 1 upon RF. So I can write ACL is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So this is, when it is not ideal, then this is the equation of the closed loop gain of the non-inverting amplifier, where Y represent admittance. What it represent? Admittance. Now I am discussing the circuit diagram of voltage follower. See, this is your non-inverting amplifier. In this non-inverting amplifier, if I take R1 is infinite, R1 is infinite. If I take R1 is infinite, means like this. R1 I am infinite. See, this is infinite. You are not correct. And second, RF is you are taking 0. So RF I am taking 0 means this is your short circuit like this. So in a non-inverting amplifier circuit, if R1 is infinite and RF is taken 0, then the circuit is called voltage follower circuit. This circuit is called voltage follower circuit. It has a unity gain. The output is equal to VO. VO output is equal to VI. Means output follow the input voltage. Output follow the input voltage. Therefore, the circuit is called voltage follower circuit. In this circuit, the output follows the input voltage. Due to this reason, it is called voltage follower. This voltage follower has a very high input impedance. The input impedance of this circuit is very high and output impedance of this circuit is very low. Due to this reason, this circuit is known as a impedance matching device. This circuit is known as a impedance matching device. This circuit can be used to match the impedance between the two stages. Due to very high input impedance, this circuit does not draw the current from the source. The current drawn by this circuit from the source is negligible. This circuit is used as a buffer to match the impedance for high impedance source to the low impedance load. This circuit is widely used for impedance matching device. Listen only few important points I am telling you. If in a non-inverting amplifier, if we take the R1 is equal to infinite, RF is equal to 0, then circuit is unity gain amplifier circuit and circuit is called voltage follower. In this circuit, output follow the input voltage. This circuit has a very high input impedance and very low output impedance, so this can be used as a impedance matching device. Now let us do the two small numerical. Design non-inverting amplifier which provide the gain is equal to 16. So answer for this. See, this is your circuit diagram of a non-inverting amplifier. This is R1, this is RF, this is a VO, VI. You want gain is equal to 16. What is the equation of gain? 1 plus RF by R1. So from this you can write RF upon R1 is equal to 15. Now you select the value of RF and R1 such that you will get 15. So let me take RF is equal to 15 kilo ohm and R1 is equal to 1 kilo ohms. Then you can get gain is equal to 15. In this way you can design your non-inverting amplifier which provides gain is equal to 16. Second numerical I am discussing. For this given circuit, they have given the circuit diagram. For this given circuit, they are giving Vi is equal to 1 volt. Here R1 they have given 5 kilo ohm. This is they have given RF, they have given 20 kilo ohm. This RL they have given 5 kilo ohm. First question, calculate VO. Second, closed loop gain. Third, your IL, what is the current, load current. Fourth, output current for the output pin. Listen the questions. For this given circuit diagram, they have given R1 is 5 kilo ohm, RF 20 kilo ohm, RL 5 kilo ohm, input is 1 volt. Calculate VO, ACL, IL and IU. Now I am calculating. Answer. Output voltage, you know, gain multiplied by input voltage. Gain is 1 plus RF by R1. Input is 1 volt they have given. RF they have given 20 kilo ohm. RF they have given 5 kilo ohm. This is a 1. So this is your output is 5 volt. Second question, ACL. What is ACL? 1 plus RF by R1. By putting the value you can get 5. Third questions. This first, second, third, IN. Look here, this is your VO is equal to 5 volt. This is your ground. So naturally simple you can say current must be flowing this direction. From higher potential to lower potential. So you can write IR is nothing but the VO by RL 5 upon 5 to 10 raised to 3. So I can write 1 milliampere. So why I am showing the current in this direction? Because here is a plus 5 volt, this is a ground. So current is coming from higher potential to lower potential. So current will flow like this. Now second, current also flow in this direction. This is a higher potential. This is a 1 volt. This is also 1 volt. So let me write IF. Okay. So what is IF? IF simple you can say it is, I have to find this current coming out from this IU. I have to find. IU is nothing but the IF plus I1. What is IF you can say? You can find this so many way. IF is nothing but the, look here, this current will flow like this, IF, this is your IF. So IF is nothing but the voltage this point upon 1. So 1 upon R1 I should write. So 0.2 milliampere. See what is IF? With this current IF. So you can say voltage drop across this upon this relation. What the voltage drop? I have written here 1 volt. You can see here. I have written 1 volt. This voltage drop is V1 if you don't understand. So you can write like this. the IF is nothing but the V1 upon R1, 1 volt upon 5 into 10 is, so you can write 0.2 milliampere. So I can write 0.2 milliampere plus 1 milliampere. My answer is 1.2 milliampere. So why you written this IF is V1 by R1? Reason is that, look here, this current is coming from here, it will flow like this. So either I will take this potential difference upon this, or I can say this potential difference upon R1. You can find by this also. IF is nothing but the potential difference is VO minus, let me say, VA upon RF. So this is 5 minus 1 volt upon 20 kilo ohm. So you will get 0.2 milliampere. This is the same. Either you find by this way or you find by this way. See, I have written the same. So here I have written wrong. Here is IU. Your IU is nothing but the IF plus I1. I think you understand all these questions we have calculated. VO, then ACL, then IL, is IL, last is IU. I think you understand this numerical. Next topic is differential amplifier. The function of the differential amplifier is to amplify only the difference between the two input signals. The differential amplifier is very useful in an instrumentation circuit, or you can say measuring devices. I am showing you the typical differential amplifier circuit in which the differential input voltage is very less. This is your, I am writing R1, this is your R2, this potential I am writing at A is VA, this is a V1 voltage, this is a V2 voltage, here this is your R3, this is your R4, and this potential I am writing V3, this is also V3 I should write, because due to infinite input impedance this does not draw any current. Due to infinite input impedance this does not draw any current, and due to infinite open loop gain of the op amp, voltage drop between these two tends to 0, means this potential and this potential is same. So if I am writing potential at this point is V3, here potential is also V3. So here output I am writing VO. Look here, current flowing in this section I1 will be the same current flowing in this section, because this offers very high input impedance, so current does not flow here. Whatever current will flow, it will be same flow. So whatever current will flow, it is the same here I2. This current is same, this current is same. So again, like I1 is, you can say like this, the V2 minus V3 upon R1, or I can write I1 is nothing but the V3 minus VO upon R2. What is I1? This potential difference upon this relation. So V2 minus V3 upon R1, V2 minus V3 upon R1. What is I1? This potential difference upon R2. So V3 minus VO upon R2, that I have written. Second time, V2 minus V3 upon R1 is equal to V3 minus VO upon R2. So I can write same thing in this on this side. So V3 minus VO by R2, this is plus V3 minus V2 by R1 is equal to 0. So V3 I have taken common, 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 minus V2 by R1 is equal to, I am writing VU by R1. So equation 1. This is very simple. This I have equate these two. I have taken on this side, so this sign will be changed. V3 by R2, V3 by R1, so I have taken V1 common. Minus V2 by R1 and VO by R2 I have taken, VO by R2 I have taken on the another side. Now, this is I have written for this circuit. Now let us write for another. Sorry, I have written, I should write here. R1 R2. So here's listen, I2 is I can write V1 minus V3 upon R1. I2 also I can write V3 upon R2. Look here, V1 minus V3 upon R1, V3 by R2 is equal to I2. So I can write V1 minus V3 upon R1, V3 by R2. So I can write V1 by R1 is equal to V3 I have taken common, 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2 plus R2. So I can write V3 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 minus V1 upon R1 second equation. Now you are in equation 1 here, this is equation 2 here, so I am doing equation 1 minus equation 2. So minus V2 by R1 plus V1 by R1 is equal to VU by R2. So very simple. Equation 1 minus equation 2, this equation minus this. So this 2 is cancelled, minus minus become plus. This is your this equation minus this equation, sorry, this minus this equation. So this is cancelled. This is your as it is, minus plus, and this is as it is. Now, if I solve this equation, I can write VU by R2 is equal to V1 minus V2 upon 1 upon R1, or I can write VO is equal to R2 by R1 into V1 minus V2. So your R2 by R1 is called gain of the differential amplifier. Your V1 minus V2 is very small, and this is multiplied by R2 by R1, so output will be very large. If I take R2 is equal to 100 R1, then output is what? 100 times the difference of the two input signals. So you can easily detect the small difference in a input signals. If you are keeping the value of R2 is very large and R1 is low, then gain of the circuitry is large, and such small difference of the input signal is multiplied by 100 times. This circuit is very useful in a detecting small difference in signal. Now let us see some important derivation of a differential amplifier. I am discussing the common mode gain and differential gain. And CMRR. The function of the differential amplifier is to amplify only the difference between the two input signals. A linear active device with the two input signal and output signal VO is shown in figure. A linear active device having a two input V1 and V2 with respect to ground and one output VO with respect to ground is shown in the figure. Here all the voltage are measured with respect to the ground. The function of the differential amplifier is to amplify only the difference between the two input signals. A linear active device with the two input V1 and V2 and one output voltage is shown in figure. Here all the voltage is V1, V2 and VO measured with respect to ground. The property of the differential amplifier are as follows. First, when both the input are at the same level, then output should be 0. This is called balance. When both the input are at the same level, then output of the differential amplifier should be 0. Then it is called balanced differential amplifier. I am giving you the property of the or important characteristics of differential amplifier. First property, when both the input are at same level, output should be 0. Second, the VO proportional to the difference of the input signal. VO depends only on the difference of the input signal. The output voltage VO is proportional to the difference of the two input signal, or I can write differential gain multiplied by the difference of the two input signal. In practice, the output does not depend upon difference of the input signal. It also depends upon the signal which is common to the both input. So it is found that actually for ideal differential amplifier, output depends only on the difference of the input signal. But it is found that in practice, output does not depend only on the difference of the input signal. It also depends upon the common mode signal, or it also depends upon the signal which is common to both the input signal. This common mode signal is given by V1 plus V2 by 2, or we are writing VC V1 plus V2 by 2. Here you can also write AD into VD. VD is called differential signal. VC is called common mode signal. Now, for a linear active device, the output is given by linear combination of the two input signal. For a linear active device, the output can be represented by linear combination of the two input signal. So I can write VO is equal to A1 V1 plus A2 V2. Here A1 is the gain of the amplifier. Here A1 is the gain of the differential amplifier when V2 is grounded, and A2 is the gain of the amplifier, differential amplifier, when V1 is grounded. See, listen, for any linear active device, output can be represented by linear combination of the two input signal. So we can write this equation. Here V1 is the gain of the amplifier when V2 is grounded, A2 is the gain of the amplifier when V1 is grounded. Now look here, we have this equation. VD is equal to V1 minus V2 and VC is equal to V1 plus V2 by 2. So I can write 2Vc is equal to V1 minus V2. So from this 2 I can write V1 is nothing but the Vc plus Vd by 2 and V2 is Vc minus Vd by 2. By solving this 2 you can write, you add, if I doing the addition of this I will get this, right. Now I am putting this value in this equation, I am putting this value in this equation. Look here, this is equation 1. Put value of V1 and V2 in equation 1. So I can write V is equal to A1 into V1, Vc plus Vd by 2 plus A2 into V2, V2 is Vc minus Vd by 2. So I can write A1 plus A2 into Vc plus A1 minus A2 by 2 into Vd, or I can write Vo is nothing but the A1 minus A2 by 2, this is your Vd plus A1 plus A2 by 2 into Vc. This is your differential gain, this is your common mode gain. So where you return, this is a differential gain and this is your common mode gain. Look here, it's very simple. Say yes, this is a linear active device. What is the property? When both the input are at same level, output is 0. Second property, output proportional difference of the two input signal. So VO is differential gain. This you want only this should be at output. Only this one should be output for differential amplifier. What is the output of the differential amplifier? AD into ED. But in practice it is found that the output of the differential amplifier does not depend only on the difference of the input signal, but it also depends upon common mode signal, and common mode signal is given by V2 by V2 by 2. And common mode signal is given by V1 plus V2 by 2. For any linear active device, output can be given as a linear combination of the two input signal. So I can write like this, where A1 is the gain of the amplifier, this is grounded when V2 is grounded. A2 is the gain of the amplifier when V1 is grounded. Now, what is Vd? V1 minus V2. What is Vc? V1 plus V2 by 2. Solving this 2, you are getting the equation of V1, V2. Put this value of V1 and V2 in this equation. I am putting this equation. So I am getting another equation. Which equation I am getting? This. You are getting this plus this. This is your differential gain. So this equation shows that there is some error in the output. This is called error, because output should be only this much. Here writing mistake, we see. Output should be only this much, but this is the, for differential amplifier output should be only due to difference of the input signal, means this. So this is called error. So this much error is introduced in the output. Now question is that you want to remove this error. I want to remove this error. This should not be present. Due to error, you will get the output is wrong. So see, and what is the way to remove this error? I am defining another parameter, common mode rejection ratio. Common mode rejection ratio. This is your common mode rejection ratio. Common mode rejection ratio express how an differential amplifier is successful in providing differential gain and rejecting common mode gain. Listen again. CMRR express how a differential amplifier is successful in providing differential gain and rejecting common mode gain. It is given by rho. It is a ratio of AD by AC. For an ideal differential amplifier, we have written CMRR tends to infinite. This means either AD tends to infinite and AC tends to 0. For a good differential amplifier circuit, CMRR should be infinite. If CMRR is infinite, means common mode gain tends to 0 and differential gain tends to infinite. If CMRR is very large, then error will not introduce in the output. Look at the equation again I am showing you. This is the equation you have written. V is equal to ADVD plus ACVC. So here I am taking common ADVD plus AC by AD into VC by VD. So this is your ADVD 1 plus this is 1 upon rho CMRR VC by VD. See, already I told you this is your error term, this is your error term, this is also error term. So if you want to reduce this error term, this is your error, you can say, in the output. If you want to reduce the error, then CMRR should be infinite. If CMRR is infinite, then this tends to 0. If this tends to 0, you will get output due to only difference of the input signal. So you define one parameter of the op-amp is known as a CMRR. It is common mode rejection ratio, and common mode rejection ratio is given by AD by AC. And you know that CMRR express how a differential amplifier is successful in providing in a differential gain and rejecting common mode gain. If you do not want the error in the output, if you want the error should be 0, then CMRR should be infinite, because CMRR is given by AD by AC. If this is infinite, means AC tends to 0, AD tends to infinite, and this is your equation. So I have taken this as common. If rho is infinite, then this comes to 0, this error will be tends to 0. So this theory shows that CMRR of the differential amplifier should be infinite to reduce the error. We will see how the error is minimized with the help of numerical. Here is the end of the lecture.